All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Monday. How's everybody doing? Start of the week? Yeah, Doge down a little bit. Bitcoin went on a big run last night. Hit more new all-time highs. Talked about that in the video this morning. And so, yeah, we had a little bit of profit taking today. A little bit of sell-off. But overall, Bitcoin is still $120,000 a Bitcoin. And Doge was trying to hold on to 20 cents and just couldn't hold. We'll see if we can get back to 20 cents during the live stream here. And the other thing, I made the statement during my video this morning. It's like, Dogecoin outperforming Bitcoin, and people don't believe me. People don't believe me. And I'm just like, I guess it all depends on the time period you pick, right? So if you go from the top to the bottom, yeah. But who's buying Dogecoin at the top? Hopefully you weren't. Everybody that was here was not buying Dogecoin at 48 cents. So that must have been others. Anyway, we're going to talk about that. Let me drop down here in the corner, see how everybody's doing. Maybe this was the dip right here, 19.5 right there. And now we recover back up. Here's Bitcoin back over 120,000. Can you believe that? Bitcoin, $120,000. Here we were yesterday during the live stream, 119.4, 119.440 to 119.480. Were you guys here for the epic 8-hour live stream I had on Sunday? Do you believe that? I was going for 8 hours because we hit the first all-time high. And then I was like, yeah, we'll just go for a while. And it just kept, after it retraced, it kept going up and up and up. And I was like, it looks like it's going to hit another all-time high. And it did. So I stayed on for that. And then last night went even higher, 119,970. And then overnight, Bitcoin was like, yeah, I'm going higher. Over $123,000 is now the new all-time high for Bitcoin. It hit like 123,100 or something. I just put 123. That's good enough. That's good enough. 123. So while Bitcoin was doing all that, Dogecoin was going up too. Dogecoin had a run up over 21 cents. Was this little sell-off we had here today, was it just bound to happen? It was bound to happen because of the big moves that we had over the weekend. Yeah, I think that's all it was. I think that's kind of what it was. Bitcoin went up a little too far, too fast. Dogecoin, same. And so, a little sell-off. But that's what we got going. Algorand is still going up. It had another run last night over 30 cents. It didn't really drop down. So something going on with ALGO. I don't know what it was. I haven't really been following the news on Algorand anymore, but it does, up 7%. And then our friend XRP did go over $3 overnight. $3 XRP. And then a little tail off. For those who follow BONK, well, BONK is still up 4% today. So BONK did not tail off. BONK went up and then just has been chopping around up here. So BONK holding strong for those of you that bought into BONK. And then the other big winner, SUI. If you guys are into SUI ran up and just touched $4, which was our resistance line, this red resistance line. SUI, $4, came up and touched it, So if you've got SUI in your bag, that's looking pretty good too. Again, I'm not doing swing trading right now. I think this market is still ripe for going up more. So today's little pullback here was just that. I'm not taking profits. I'm not waiting to buy in at lower prices. I don't trust the market to really drop like that. So this is just me, you know? This is just me. Benjamin, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that because you've got some people saying one thing and others saying others. And I keep it real here and I show the data. So, I mean, I'm not cherry picking dates. You say I'm not cherry picking. They are what they are, right? They are what they are. So we start right here, the past week, right? This is just, well, the past day. Let me go to, not Tron, but Bitcoin, right? Let me do Bitcoin. So, yeah, so for today, because it's a red day, right? Doge drops a little more. Okay? Dogecoin drops a little more. You want to pick some cherries, Christoph? Your stomach hurts? But we go to the week, and I'm not cherry picking. I'm not cherry picking days. It just is what it is. Bitcoin is up for the week. 11%. Doge is up 19%. So we have in 1 week, Dogecoin outperforming Bitcoin. I'm not cherry picking days. It just is what it is. Let's go to the month. The month, they're even. It's even Steven on the month here. We're pretty close to it. I think Doge is up by 0.5%. That's the month. The year, 1 year ago. Oh, Bitcoin has just peaked ahead of Doge. Yesterday, it was above. Doge was above. And now, because of whatever it did a year ago, it's still pretty close though, right? Still pretty close. Now we've got this other website that I found that also does comparisons, Doge versus Bitcoin. And so I was like, hey, let's just zoom out, right? And let's go 5 year, right? The last 5 years, right? Over time. In other words, if you're going to buy Doge and you're going to buy Bitcoin, you're going to hold over a long period of time, right? Let's go 5 years. I'm not cherry picking days. I'm just showing you the data, right? And you think, wow, 5 years ago, Bitcoin's gone up a lot since then. Yeah, it's gone up 1,100%. 1,100% in 5 years, which is over a 10x. Awesome, right? Way to go, Bitcoin. Way to go. Doge is up 6,000% over that same 5 years. 6,000%. And so people say, Kriss, how can you say Dogecoin is outperforming Bitcoin? And I just point to the data. I point to the data. Oh, let's go 10 years. You think 10 years ago, Bitcoin has outperformed Doge? Do you think so? Nope. Bitcoin's up 41,000%. 41,000% over 10 years. And you're like, that's pretty good, right? 41, outperforming all asset classes. Over 10 years, Bitcoin is outperforming all other asset classes by being up 41,000%. Until you look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin, not 41,000, 109,000%. Dogecoin outperforming Bitcoin. 109,000%. 1,000% over 10 years. Oh, Kriss, you say Bitcoin, Dogecoin outperforming Bitcoin. Let's go back to the 5-year chart. Okay, so you want to cherry pick days? Sure, cherry pick days. Back in November, December, were you buying Dogecoin at 48 cents? Were you buying Dogecoin at 40 cents? If you were here in the channel, right? If you were here in the channel, then you knew we were talking about taking profits, not buying. Taking profits. So again, everybody's winning. You own Bitcoin, you own Dogecoin, you're winning. It doesn't matter either way. Unless you bought Dogecoin up at the top here in November and early December. If you FOMO'd in and you bought Dogecoin over 40 cents, then I don't know what to say to that. So I think most of the people that are complaining are those that FOMO'd in, didn't buy on the dips, but they bought on the rips, on the big green candles, and now they're down. So yes, if you look at the 6-month chart, Bitcoin is outperforming Dogecoin. But that's because you were buying Dogecoin 6 months ago. You were buying Dogecoin up here over 40 cents. If you do that comparison. And we were taking profits. We were selling. We were not buying here. So sorry, that's on you. I'm not cherry picking days. I'm just looking at the data. So when I say Dogecoin is outperforming Bitcoin, I can look at a week. I can look at a year close. I can look at 5 years. I can look at 10 years. And Dogecoin consistently outperforms Bitcoin. And do you know why that is? Over long periods of time, we have more green candles than red. And every time there's green candles, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin. In the bear market, in the red candles, Bitcoin outperforms Doge because it doesn't drop as much as Doge does. That's the difference. But overall, on average, as I've shown, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin. Just don't buy at the top. That's all. It's an easy strategy. You just don't buy at the top. That is when you take profits. So I just wanted to get that off my chest so you guys know. But yeah, someone's going, oh, you cherry pick days. That's stupid. Dogecoin is so much down from last November. And I'm saying, yes, I admit that. I show that. But then were you buying Dogecoin at 48 cents? I sold at 42. That's where I took my first slice. I was selling. I was taking profits. So if you were buying, I don't know what to say. Because on this channel, we were talking about taking profits and selling Dogecoin over 40 cents, not buying. So and yes, not everybody was here. I get that. Not everybody was here, but you are now. So now that you're here, let's go along together. I want everybody to make money. It's not a competition between Bitcoin and Doge or XRP or any of these others. I want us all to make money. But when people say things to me and I can come back to you with facts that shows maybe you're not correct, then I can say, well, I told you so. But I don't say that. I'm just like, I just pull out the facts and I say, okay, here's the facts. This is what we got. So yes, guys, I did hear that ping. What was that ping that we heard? Got the pinger on. That was XRP, guys. That ping was XRP on a short, a $200,000 short is what that was. So I got the pinger on for anything over 200,000, and XRP just had a $200,000 short. Do you guys know that there was one trade overnight on Bitcoin that was a $98 million trade? $98 million. What time did that $98 million leverage happen? There it is right there. There it is. 1:23 in the morning. A $98 million trade on Bitcoin got liquidated at 1:23 in the morning. $98 million. It's just like, wow, guys. Oh. There was a $1 million trade on Doge. It was a leveraged long that got liquidated this afternoon when Doge dipped to 19.7, which is about where it is now. On one of these dips, $1 million leveraged long. So you wonder, why did this come down? Well, I mean, we can go to the heat maps, right? And you can see it. This was the market makers. And I said that on X. I had a post today on X. If you guys follow me on X, it was like market makers cleaning out the crypto leveraged longs now. With prices dropping, we will check the damage in the heat maps during my afternoon live stream, right? So here we are. We're now in the afternoon live stream, and we're going to check the damage. We just looked at the damage. Millions and millions of dollars wiped out. Now, I say, and I'm not the only one. I mean, Raw Paul says the same thing, right? Don't F it up, right? That whole theory. It's like, don't use leverage, right? Don't trade on leverage. Just buy the dips and hold, and you'll be great. Buy the dips and hold. You know, they could have taken Bitcoin down to 118.5. Look at the big yellows here. Huge leverage. And Bitcoin didn't come down that far. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Bitcoin did not come down that far. Very curious on that $100 million trade, though, and where that one individual trade was. Yeah, it doesn't show up. It doesn't show up. I don't know what these crowns are and why one says a number 1 and one says number 2. Oh, these are the top fans. These are the people who are interacting most with the channel. That's what this is. It's like a leaderboard, exactly. He who interacts the most. David, Donnie, and well, all I see is the right? At Apple, number 3. These are the top fans. Who's interacting the most? It's some new YouTube thing. Yeah. Thought it was rigged. The leaderboard is cherry picked. No, you guys can't see the list. You just need to interact more. That's all. Oh, it's just something else. Let's go to Doge heat map. Yeah, look, Doge came all the way down to get that big leverage down here. Dipped right down, grabbed that big leverage, $1 million trade, and now coming back up. Look at that. Grab that $1 million. You can see the list if you click on a crown, Devin says. Nope, there it is. Oh, you get XP somehow. Somehow you get XP. Interesting. I don't know. Well, the race is on, guys. Yeah, ETH trend line. Jeffrey, I get it. I'm just like, ETH's still just hanging back at 3,000. If there's a bigger trend. For what Jeffrey's talking about on community page, for those that don't know, on the YouTube app on your phone, we have a KrissPax community. And so you just tap on the YouTube app and you click on my channel page, and there's a little button there that says view or visit community. So you visit the community there and you'll get posts. And if you're a subscriber, you can post on my community page. You can post. You can. And we've had a number of posts here from different people. So Jeffrey, here you are. Weekly trend line on ETH currently rising. Yeah, it's been above it and now it's below your trend line, something like that. It's a good chart. People can go look at it. You closed at a $12 loss. Yeah, and then you said, "Oh, I should have waited a little more," because then there were the green candles, right? Rip $12. Yeah. I know they don't have the community on a PC, only on the phone. I don't know why. I don't know why you can't see the community on a PC. So you're like zoomed way back, right? Yeah, so we took the bottom here, Jeffrey, and then connected it to this dip to create a support line. You went this way. You ignored all of the wicks. Well, actually, it's not really lining up so great on mine. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know why yours is a little different than mine. Because now ETH is back over at 3,000. So I don't know how you got it up there and didn't have this dip below. You said weekly, so this is a weekly. I don't know. It's close, though. Logarithmic. Ah, you're doing the log scale. Log scale. Aha. There you go. Got it. There it is. Well, that explains that. Thank you, Jeffrey. We got it figured out. So here's Jeffrey's logarithmic scale. We'll make you purple. That's that line right there. So now we're hitting the top of it, right, as resistance, what used to be support, going back to June of 2022. Gotcha now. I was able to recreate. Yeah, we just did the support line here. The Jeffrey line. There you go. Blame Kriss. Thank you, Kilbar. I don't fish. I don't have time to fish. I got way too many things going on in my life to sit in a boat or off the end of a dock and try and catch a fish. If I want fish, I go to the store and I buy a fish. So, King Shano, is Powell resigning? Is that still a rumor? Stop Loss Boss is back in the house with his bearish thoughts. We've hit the top. Bitcoin at 120 is the top. And we're going down from here. Going down. Shorting the market. Are you really going to short the market? I want to see, I need proof. You need to post on the community page your shorts. Otherwise, I don't believe you. So. Hey, Byron, how are you? You did a little swing trade of Doge? Yeah, I'm not swing trading this market. Look at Bitcoin, $120,000 a Bitcoin. Not worth it for the risk, particularly with Doge. So, but hey, that's just me. I'm accused of like trying to pump up the market so I can dump on you guys. That's what I'm accused of. I'm just going to dump on you guys. I'm not going to do that. Oh. Dylan says, yeah, just open a 40x long. There you go. And tell the world like James Wynn did. And then get totally liquidated. Donnie, I feel I have to update my YouTube app every other day. Stream kept going black, opened, closed, but you had to update the app. No, a week ago, Cohen, is when I announced the summer of chop was over, and it has shifted. I made that statement a week ago and have said it again a few times during the week that summer of chop is over. And now it's like, let's wait and see how this whole Bitcoin run plays out. Because everything was going up until today. This morning we had this big pullback here. And so the whole crypto market went down with Bitcoin. He was just flushing out leverage. That's really all it was $56 million of leverage. Now, that's not huge amounts, but that's a lot. That's just the past 12 hour. If you click the 24 hour, you're like, boom, because there was that big $98 million trade that they went and got on that. You bought some BONK at a higher price than what I paid for my BONK, but that's okay. No, BONK's looking great, and I think it's just going to keep going up from here. BONK. 2672. It's just chopping right up here now. BONK is not coming all the way back down. On the BONK chart. I have 13 500x longs, LOL. Think we're still getting higher lows? I think so too, Dylan. Higher lows. Yep. Higher lows. Christoph says he's going to behave in the chat today. Yeah, some is best. I don't know about these crown things. Now, Dylan's number 2. Donnie, went from number 2 to number 1 down to number 3 now. Oh. Do you think they should make crypto leverage illegal? Exchanges will do everything they can to not let that happen because they're making money off the leverage traders. So they don't want it to stop. I don't know how they do that, though. I don't know how they would control that. I mean, it's worldwide. It's not like one country. Now, if the United States government banned it, you could leverage trade still from another country. You could use a VPN and just log into an exchange like you're in another country, and you could still do it. So yeah, it'd be pretty hard to ban that. Yeah, GMC, it's a small pullback. What is it with Sheeb, Dylan? People still thinking Sheeb's going to do something, and I'm like, maybe. You bought BONK 2 weeks ago, target price. So my target price is 40 right now. And it's at 27. So 40 was my target price. But it could always just, if it gets enough FOMO going in BONK, we could get back up to 59, which is the previous all-time high. That'd be cool. Did you see the post with Super Grok that Elon reposted? Doge designer. Yeah, Doge designer. That's CB Doge. CB Doge just posts whatever Elon's doing. Today it was Super Grok. And these companions or whatever they're called. Yeah, okay. Don't know if I really need a companion, but the whole AI thing, I just have fun with it every now and then. I don't need an AI companion. I wouldn't like leverage being illegal. If I'm being honest, I use those profits to fill my spot packs. Well, there you go, Donnie. No, in the US, you couldn't buy the pump token. Not at ICO. Now, it hasn't done really great, right? And yeah, I look on this, and I don't know which pump token is which. There's so many different pump things. We tried this yesterday. It didn't work. We ended up going here and looking at pump, right? So pump fun. Down 29% today. Somebody sold big time. Ouch. Look at that. Who did the selling? Well, buying opportunity, right? On the dip at 0.005. There's a huge buying opportunity there. On pump. Where's it trading? You can get on Meteora. So you can do a Solana exchange. Bybit, BitGet, Mexi, Gate, KuCoin. So yeah. Oh, looks like it's on crypto.com. Maybe I should swap my stupid Trump collectibles for pump. Get rid of my Trump and get pump tokens on the dip. Should I do that, guys? It's not a lot, but it's something, right? Trump went down too, back under $10. Oh. Just talking about the cryptocurrency, dude. I'm going to do this. I'll take the L on the Trump token. Right? We're doing live trading here, guys. Live trading. We're going to do this. Crypto. Trump. Taking the L. So that will offset some of my profits by taking the big L on the Trump. Done with it. Collectibles are now gone. God, it sold it to BTC. I wasn't paying attention. Woo! Buy. Pump. Oh, you can't use Bitcoin. You have to do it with USD. Damn. No, there we go. I can do that. I can pay by 18,367. No. I can max it out. All right. Can do that in crypto.com. If you guys are interested in crypto.com, I got a link in the description below. Done. Done. Pump.fun. Excuse me, just live trading. Ooh, I get extra diamonds now. I got extra diamonds. And we'll see what happens. And then Trump goes to $76 tomorrow. I know, right? So now, Aaron, the answer is yes. I've invested in Pump. Officially now. I just did it. So everybody buy Pump. It's at 0.005. 0.005. I just bought Pump for a lower price than just about everybody else who has bought it by buying on this dip. Will it drop more? Maybe. But I'm in it now. Oh, Pump. Well, there you go. Turbo is your winner so far, Michael. Nice. leverage, funding fees. I mean, they just make fees on like every trade. And that's just like a cash cow. Just cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Hey, MB, how are you? Skylit Company, hello. What should be illegal is the wicks on Coinbase that don't show on other charts. I know. People do a market order, buy or sell, and they just hit market. And there's a rogue limit order that's set, either really high or really low. And so it wicks up or wicks down. You know where that happens more, Dylan? That's on Binance.us. There's a lot of big wicks there. I played that game for a little while. Low liquidity coin, you just set a limit order and you wait. And eventually somebody goes and does a market sell, and you've got this limit buy way down there, wick, grab it, back up. There are people who do that. I'm expecting all the exchange CEOs all know each other and they talk. They all talk. The market makers too, from different exchanges. They all talk. Way too many people watching with so few likes. I know, right? Not even 69 likes on a day like today. And I give you the alpha. I give you the good stuff. You want to know about Bitcoin versus Dogecoin? I gave it at the beginning of the live stream. I went through how Dogecoin is consistently outperforming Bitcoin, and people still don't believe me. And the data shows it. Now, I'm not cherry picking days, but you guys who are cherry picking days from the top to the bottom and how much Dogecoin has gone down since December. And I say, yes, Dogecoin has gone down harder than Bitcoin since December, given Bitcoin has recovered, has a new all-time high. Dogecoin has recovered. It's got a long ways to go. But eventually, it's going to get there, which is why you buy Dogecoin now and not Bitcoin. That was my whole thing. I've been talking about that for weeks. I bought Pump on crypto.com. So I have a link in the description below if you want to join crypto.com. If you join, you get some freebies. I don't know what the current freebies are, but you get some freebies using my link to join crypto.com. And you can buy the Pump token there, which I just did. And now I'm going to watch the Pump price. Pump. Come on, let's pump. Pump. Let's go. It's going to do a lot better than the Trump token. I got a feeling about that. Hey, Forks, been kicking and screaming since April, but reached 7,000 Doge. UDCA down to 20 cents today. Yep. Mr. Cullinan, Doge will pump in the next 2 weeks. The setup from December 2020, which was in my video this morning. I talked exactly about that. December 2020. And yet, comments on the video are like, oh, Kriss always says stuff like that. He's just engagement farming. And I'm like, I was quoting an article. Super Grok will have super crude. Can you imagine having that Annie companion in super crude mode and she's just talking to you? What a filthy mouth she would have. Can you imagine doing that, right? Super crude Annie as your companion. That I want to hear. I want to hear that. Oh. Bruce, you sold the BONK, bought more Doge. You made $61. Woo-hoo! Awesome. Can't you make $61 with your like metal detectors on the beach? Don't you routinely make $61 with your metal detector? Nye wants to be the number one. It's going to start spamming the chat here. Oh. Is Pengu holding up? I didn't check Pengu today. Yeah. Well, it's down 3%. That's not holding up. It's down 3%. Doge is down 0.5%. Pengu's down 3% today. So a little bit of a retrace. Now, what happened to all the crowns? The crowns are still Dylan. Yeah. And GMC. And Jamer. Those are the crowns right now. DB making some Polish sausage. Did you check that with Christoph and make sure that it's real Polish sausage? Because Christoph would know. Historic. Kriss dumps his collectibles. I did it. I did it. To get on the pump train. I'm going to make money on pump instead of Trump. How big was the L? I don't know. I'll have to look on my spreadsheet later to see what the L was. It was 100 Trump tokens from $32 to like $9.70 or something that I sold it for. So yeah, the collectible has become combustible. It's 75 points for 30 minutes of chatting. But then if you want to get a little bit of a head, you can super chat or gift memberships. Oh, so you can pay for a crown. Interesting. Huh. We got the whole crown thing going on. Death for the Trump collectibles. Kriss no longer has Trump collectibles. I'm into the pump. Pump. Mad Bugler, start your chatting. Let's go. Happy Monday. Yeah, Bruce, right. Trump is going to run now. The Crow credit card. I imagine it's just like any other crypto credit card. You just get Crow tokens instead. The more you use it, the more Crow tokens you get. Yeah, I got the pings on, Bruce. I just bought Pump. How many Pump tokens did I get? I got 139,000 Pump tokens. $786. Yeah, I think I started with, yeah, on Trump, I think I spent just under $3,000. So it was about a $2,000 loss, $2,200 loss. So I need pump.fun, the pump token, to do like a 4x to make up what I lost on Trump. I got to do a 4x. But hey, better chance of pump.fun doing it. Hey, DW, you got a crown. You did. You're number one now. Look at that. Well, that's how it works. DW does the super chat and is now number one. Yep, Ryan, that's how it worked. He paid for a crown. Go look at the leaderboard now. What does the leaderboard show? Wow, he got 200 XP for that. He got 200 XP for that. Oh. I would have held the Trump collectible because if it makes a deal with Russia, it will go up. Nope. The token won't go up. Hey, Sunshine, how are you? I know, Christoph, you were summoned. You gotta check in with DB. Ask him to take a picture of it, post it in the YouTube community, and then Christoph can check and see if that's a real Polish sausage. Because we can do that now. We can do that now. Some is best. You got the little ones metal detecting. They found a 1996 Chuck E. Cheese token in our backyard where the old house used to be. Woo! Chuck E. Cheese token. Too hot. Too many thunderstorms. Yeah. So what did Davin get? Davin got nothing? What? For gifting a membership? Wow. Hey, we're seeing how it works here. No XP for gifting a membership. Dead man, congratulations for getting the membership. Davin, yeah, do only good every day. So who's at white? And how did they get XP points? They got 150 XP points. At white. Who is at white? Sorry, we're just trying to figure this thing out now. I'm curious. Everybody else is at 75. Everybody started at 75. Interesting. Donnie wants the crown. What have we started here? Give me the crown. Oh, Jeffrey. Jeffrey's number 3 now. I see that. You're at white. It's Jeffrey. And Donnie got an extra 50 XP over DW. How did you do that, Donnie? Thanks for the super chat, man. Yeah, everybody started at 75, whether you were a member or whatever. I guess that's how it started. Donnie, your number one crown. TW rigged. Oh my God. Christoph, yeah. DB's not going to want to show his sausage. You're going to return back to the shadows. David, bought some pump and some crow. You're entered for the pump airdrop. Is there a pump airdrop? Did I miss something? Was that on crypto.com? Was I supposed to enter something for the pump airdrop? Pump airdrop campaign. There it is. Buy crow or lion to be airdropped a share of pump. So you have to buy some crow. How much crow do you have to buy? Purchase at least $20 worth of crow in the next 6 days. Okay. Well, I'll do that. I'll get some crow on the dip. $20 worth. DW paid in an inferior currency, so that's why he didn't get as many points as Donnie. Rig times 2. The Roblox stock, really? I've never really looked at that. Stocks? Roblox, really? $111. Look at that. Since April 7th. 122%. And that's a stock. Wow. I had no idea. Look at that. Just, you're right. Never stops going up. Wow. That's crazy. That is, guys, look at this stock chart. Roblox. Thanks, Aesthetic. God, do you own some of this? Wow. That's nuts. Checking in on Bitcoin. Bitcoin holding at 120,000. Doge is recovering from the dip to 19.5, now up to 1982. Some of you were probably born in 1982. That's where Doge is right now. You posted in the community chat. So you got extra points? Maybe. Crown market manipulating. Yeah. Yeah. The Doge chart is okay. Yeah. It's okay. There goes another $20. Well, I've got a big bag of crow because I've been accumulating crow for well over a year now since I've been on crypto.com. Haven't seen Charlotte. Happy Bastille Day. Hey, the kids still play Roblox. The kids. Round of applause for KrissPax. What, for dumping Trump and buying Pump? I think that's a pretty bold move right there. Live on the live stream. It was just like, yep. As soon as I saw that dip, it was just like, wow, I got to buy that. And look at that. It's already going up. It's already going up. I think I caught the bottom, guys. I think I got the bottom on that pump token. Let's go. It was about $750 worth after my stupid Trump token loss. It's 139,000 pump tokens. 139,000 pump tokens. But I still have 4,200 Doge. I've got 20,000 Peak, and I've got 22,000 Crow tokens. Got some Bitcoin, got some sats, right? Some Bitcoin dust. And that's it on crypto.com. Kronos, Peak, Doge, Pump, and a little Bitcoin. And we'll watch me making money on Pump because I bought the bottom. Will you look at that? Healthy pullback? Yeah, just a healthy pullback. Dan, that was it. Took out a bunch of leverage. We looked earlier at the leverage. We looked at the heat map, right? Just taking out some of that long leverage. Now we're going to move back up. Let's take out some shorts. Let's do it. If I buy into Roblox, it's guaranteed to go down. Bruce. Roblox is for the kids. Oh. For a Monday, holding really well. I mean, it could have crashed. Didn't. Bitcoin, 120,000. We had this line down here at 118. There was a wick here at midnight. Went down to 119.2. That wick took out some leverage, came right back up. My kids play Roblox nonstop. And you should have bought the stock. Obviously. You should have bought the stock. Hey, Leno Chat, how are you? Kriss is turning liberal. He gave up on Trump. It's only money. Trump did me wrong. He did me wrong. Roblox is this Minecraft-based game thing. Check Polygon. AV. No one has asked me to check Polygon since it was Matic. Nobody has asked me that. Paul. 22 cents. That's a big pullback. It had a nice little run last night, but pulled back. It's been going up since June, like everything else. Let's see, since the June dip, up 38%. Still, I just don't know how this thing is going to do going forward. Polygon. Do you know Polygon? Who's shoot the fade? See another idiot bear. Why do you have to be such a jerk, dude? Why do you come in here? You know what you should do? Shoot the fade before I ban you. What you should do is spend more time concentrating on how you can make money than coming in here being a stupid troll. That's what you should do with your life. So with that, goodbye. There. He won't get it. He won't get it. But he heard what I said. But yeah. Yeah. He's not going to make it. Exactly. Yeah, we don't use that name on here. That's a band name. I should put that into the banned words. The ban hammer, das Boot, all of that. Yep. Oh. I have as many bans as I have subscribers. Man, we used to get a bunch of them last year. They were just crawling out of the woodwork. Man. And I'm just like, dude, you should just spend your time building something and making money. Why you got to be such a prick? I mean, really? What do you got to do that for? It's being a troll. It's like, man. Thank you, Nelson. Just read the news that Binance has added Peak to the alpha platform for early stage projects. Huh. Anthony, maybe we start making some of that money back. Come on, let's go. Let's go. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that Peak news. Come on, Peak, let's pump. 7.3. 7.3. Did that just happen, Anthony? And the charts have not done anything in response to that yet? It's a sign we're going up. Dumb retail coming out of the jungle. And I mean, the charts are looking as bullish as I've ever seen during a summer. And yet the trolls want to be bears. If he's that much of a troll, he'll come back under another name. So Hey, boss man. Can't wait for retail to enter. I know. Retail's not here yet. Not really. Yeah, I would not say I'm a friend to Charles. No, I am not on Charles's radar. I did make fun of Charles, though, when he did call Dogecoin a pet rock. I kind of gave it to him. Thank you, Monica. Yeah, MB. Let's go Peak. Let's go. Y'all boomers ain't put enough money in the altcoin market. I haven't bought any IBIT. I'm a boomer. I'm in altcoins, but I'm not the typical boomer. So Not the typical boomer here. August is usually the most bearish. I know. Wait till my August 1st Dogecoin price prediction video. It might be a little bearish. It might be. July 12th on that peak news, and it did nothing? Nothing? Wow. Peak is not getting the love. Oh no, I'm a boomer, Duber. I'm a boomer. You know, I haven't seen Gary around. I don't think he comes over to Boston from Cambridge. I think he just hangs out in Cambridge, and then he takes an Uber to the airport when he needs to fly somewhere. So I don't see him around the streets of Boston. He does the Uber thing and then just hangs out across the river over in Cambridge. Some might say I was wrong converting my Doge into a house. Oh, some may say that, but I say once you get rid of the mortgage and you are debt-free, it's amazing how much your stress level goes down. It really is. It's just like, done. I'm good. Achievement unlocked is what I say. And now I'm able to accumulate more crypto on the extra cash I get, again, once I finish paying off all the capital gains taxes that I need to pay on the profits, right? But no debt, no banks. Skylit. This was all about me on my road to being unbanked. So no mortgage. I don't want a bank owning my house. I own my house. That was the whole deal. It was debt-free, ownership, no banks, no nothing. That's what it was about. I know, Doug. But people do say that. I mean, I could probably make more money investing in cryptocurrency and keeping a mortgage than what I did. But by buying that house, it did force me to sell all of that crypto before the big tariff dump. It was just starting when I sold. So just about every crypto I sold is still today at a lower price than what I sold it at. So it was all profit, all in profit, except for the 4 that were negative. I had some. And now I'm living rent-free. I'm living rent-free. Don't you guys worry about August. In August, we will get info that they will cut rates in September. It's already expected that the rates will be cut in September. So I don't think that's going to move the needle much. Give me the mortgage-free house and then start to DCA again. Exactly, Javier. That's what I'm doing. Exactly. And remember that Doge that I bought at 13.8 cents? That was starting to rebuy back Doge that I sold at a much, much lower price. So I sold Doge at 42 and I bought back at 13.8. That's like, what, 4 times as much Doge? Yeah, maybe 3. Yeah, 3 times as much Doge buying back in April when I started to buy that back. So that's pretty good. Anytime you can buy a house outright, you win. Yep. I have every intention to dump all my Doge to pay off my house. Don't want to be stuck. All right. So the chat is speaking here. We want to pay off our mortgages. Oh. I bought Doge in 2021 in hopes to pay off my home using Doge profits, had the opportunity, got greedy. So you round tripped it another cycle, but you paid it off the old fashioned way. So now you've got Doge and the house paid off. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We like that, right? We like that. Starting to see some green candles coming back. Some recovery going on. Sky Limit. Yep. A Django Unchained movie or move. Yeah. And I've got a paid house that's worth more than holding meme coins. Yeah, but I sold the other house and bought a bunch of meme coins. Like, no financial advisor is going to tell you to do that, right? If I had a financial advisor, they'd be like, nope, you keep the mortgage slow and steady, right? The old Warren Buffett way, right? And I wouldn't get ahead. You'll never get ahead that way. You got to take risks. You got to dive in. Otherwise, you're just a plebe, just going year by year, never getting ahead. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. Particularly right after the FTX crash and crypto was down so much. I was like, now I've got to do it. This is the time. And I'd been studying the 4-year cycles and all of that. And it was just like, yep, this is the time. So I haven't sold my BONK. No, I have not sold my BONK. So on the Bitcoin chart, we look at the weekly. That orange circle right there, that's where I sold my house. Right there, that orange circle. Right at the end of 2022. And that's when I started buying crypto, like big time. I had some left over from 2021, and I'd been buying bits and pieces earlier in 2022, but that's when I sold my old house. Then I took all that equity and dumped it all into the markets. Now I did buy some Tesla stock, but that was at like $110, which I then sold at $430. So almost a 4x on the Tesla stock. And I did some other swing trades with some other stock and some other things like that. I mean, it was a big portfolio. And by the time it got to November, it was $3 million. So that was quite the run. And now it's like, I got the house, paying off the taxes, and just trying to accumulate as much as I can for this fall, and then we'll see what happens from there. Nicholas, Doge to 16 cents in early August. You know, I think there's going to be a dip, but down to 16, that is a good question. That's a good question. Now that we're in the 19s, will it dip to 16 for those that want to buy more at a lower price? Hey, Donnie, I don't care. Doge, Bitcoin, I trade it all with the goal of stacking cash, pay down debt. Can't wait to tell Dave Ramsey. I know. He's another one. Just like Warren Buffett. Totally missed the boat on crypto. Totally missed it. 50-cent Doge, Salim? We could this fall. Been in crypto since 2019, round tripping. Bruce, you guys still want a motorhome? Motorhome, just cruise around the country? That's actually, it sounds like a lot of fun. It does. Ryan, find and pay off student car loans. Already have well over enough, but holding for the fall upside, and then you'll do it. Can you imagine Warren Buffett buying Dogecoin? Come on, Warren, get your Dogecoin. Yeah, well, we'll see in 2026, Ryan. If they're a bear market, and is there going to be a big black swan that's going to like time to buy? And how deep is that going to go? Well, we don't know now, but we don't know. Right. I remember, Ryan, when Doge dipped down into the fives, it was like, yep, gotta buy. Gotta buy. And that was just a little less than 2 years ago. It was the last time you could have bought Doge in the fives. That was like September 2023, I think. Monica, you didn't sell your BONK yet? Waiting for me to lead the way? Oh, don't wait for me. Sometimes I'm too early to buy and too late to sell. I mean, I had peak early. The price went way up and I didn't take my profit like I should have. Same with Nora. I should have done the same thing. I should have learned from the peak with the Nora. Once I was way up, I was like, I just should have sold it. Discouraged with using margin. Yeah, DCA with cash. Doge, Bitcoin, XRP. Don't trade with margin. Don't trade with leverage. You think you're going to try and make it all back with one big trade, and then that gets liquidated too. You can't revenge trade your way back. It is crypto, though, and you can get much better gains just DCAing, buying on the dips, and holding crypto than you will in most stocks in the stock market. There's the occasional stock like the Roblox we looked at earlier, and like the Tesla I bought 2.5 years ago. But overall, crypto market. Isabella, hey, how are you? King Ark, wouldn't mind to see 16-cent Doge in August, as long as it reaches 50 cents in October. Last November, your friends start messaging you about crypto. Should have sold then. Yeah, well, we know what to look for, right? When grandma starts asking, when Graham Stephan and Andre Jick are making Dogecoin videos, it's time to sell. Time to sell. What did Megal do on the lows and highs? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Megal. It's kind of been hanging around in the low 150s. So $1.51. $1.51 right now. It's just kind of been drifting lower as expected since the big run that we had here in June. It's up over $2 a share, and it's just drifting down. That's what Megal does. And you wait and you wait and you wait and you be patient. Because that's what it does. It just drifts down and then you buy in low. Once it drifts down, this is what happened last time. And then one day you wake up and boom. That's what it did back here too. Same thing. Same exact thing. It drifted, and then boom. It'll do it again. It's that kind of stock. So I'm patiently waiting for this to drift down. Yearly, I have not sold my BONK. I'm holding it at least until the end of the month and see what happens with this Solana Seeker phone. Is the Solana Seeker phone going to be released and there's going to be BONK associated with it? I don't want to miss that. So I'm at least waiting for that. Now, if before that BONK goes crazy, then maybe I change my tune. I know, Bruce. I'll retire someday and I'll get to start doing more traveling. Definitely. Parker, you want a nasty bear market next year. Bitcoin may never go below 100K. We have no idea. Now with all the big companies and banks and institutions, governments all owning it, we may not see a huge 70% retreat on Bitcoin. $120,000 Bitcoin, 19-cent Doge. We're just waiting for the Doge run. Hey, Kronos. Hope you're having a good day. I am. You worked late, so you're late to the stream. That's all right. That is all right. All good. Let's hope it won't be in the next few months, but there will be another Black Swan event. They do come when you least expect them. Yes, Adam. Byron, you're in on the pump. All right, let's go. Let's go. Pump a pump. Pump. Buying up on the dip. Buy and pump on the dip. Let's go. Mog will probably go on a big run with all the other memes. I don't follow Mog on a day-to-day basis, so I'm not familiar with how it trades. But yeah. Yeah, Byron. Good luck to Byron. Donnie, I say good luck to Byron too, because now I own some of this. Let's go. Let's pump. Exactly. Monica, we will. We'll be in touch when we get to that point where it's time for us to start traveling around. We will definitely do that. Isabella, I can't tell you what to do with Meggle. I can only tell you what I'm doing. And at $1.50, I still think Meggle will drift down more. But maybe I miss it. I don't know. I skipped the margarine thing, Ryan. That was just kind of lame. Oz says, it's my bad. Been holding a large sum of Doge since I'm Wojak by principle. So it's all your fault. No, it's blame Kriss. This is the blame Kriss channel. Blame Kriss. Slow recovery on Bitcoin. It dipped down to 119.2, but now it's at 120, almost 120, 120,200. So slow recovery. Yearly, you have some BONK too. I just want to see what happens with this phone. I think it's worth holding on to. Hey, Fisher, just got home. Wanted to see a higher Doge price. Bitcoin starting to move up. Doge is a little red. Doge has got to get up there. Hey, Nelson, why don't you take your portfolio, take whatever your buying power is, and do both, half in each. Doesn't have to be all or nothing. It can be both. You got some Doge, you got some BONK. No matter what happens, you win. Not financial advice. But yeah. The new crypto bills will have a zero effect on Dogecoin. Because do you know why? They're not crypto bills. They're stablecoin bills. This is not crypto week. This is stablecoin week. The US government doesn't care about crypto. They care about the beloved US dollar. And guess what a stablecoin is backed by? US dollars. Not trading, not mining, not decentralized finance, not anything like that. So the crypto bill is all about rules and regulations, who gets to oversee what between the SEC and the CFTC, and stablecoins. That's what it's about. It's not crypto week. Bum, 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 bum. Ryan thinks Ryan is a riot. Hey, Michael, a possibility of a downturn next month on alts. What do you think? A swing on profit before the fall run, holding MOG, Turbo? If there's another big, quick spike, then maybe. Otherwise, you just hold it through. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going to hold through August. This was all about accumulating for the fall. So, but if there isn't, you don't know what's going to happen. August prices could still keep going up. You try and swing, right? You sell your MOG, you sell your Turbo, and what happens? Next day you wake up and the price is higher and you're like, damn, what did I sell it for? That could happen. 46 Ave. Ave. It hit 310 and now back up to 315 on the current dip. Good luck. I used to own this. Made some good money on Ave. Good luck with it. What's up, Bull Run? Welcome to the chat. Haven't seen you in here for a while. Is Turbo the thing today, Rod? There's always something, right, that's running. Today it's Turbo. It was Pengu over the weekend. Everything was Pengu, but Turbo up 39% today. Look at that. Woo! So I'm just waiting now for someone to say, Doge sucks. Should have bought Turbo. Doge can't do as good as Turbo. Every day it's something else, right? There's always going to be a meme that's taken off. Today it's Turbo. There you go. YouTube went black. Thought I got banned. Yeah. Somebody said you have to update the app. Crypto week. Yeah. Woohoo. No. Stablecoin week. It's stablecoin week. Let's go Bitcoin. Let's bring everything up tonight. Christian, you're in on the pump. What's up, Blake? We're buying pump.fun token today. That's what we're doing. We're buying the pump.fun token today on the big dip. There's a big dip this afternoon, and we're buying the dip on pump.fun pump token. Just for the hell of it. Buying the dip. I know, right? Bull run, do you believe it? I sold my Trump tokens and bought pump. I went from Trump to pump because I wasn't going to make any money on those Trump tokens. So I took the L on the Trump tokens, which helps on some of my taxes. Oh. I think all the tariff stuff is all priced in, Adrian, at this point. It's all priced in. Texit? Elijah? Never heard of it. What's a Texit coin? I have no idea what this is. There's some huge wicks on this thing. I don't know. There was some big pump on the 11th. How much did this go up? It looks huge. 25%. I have no idea what this thing is. Be careful trading this. There's some big wicks. We're buying pump on crypto.com. I have a link in the description below if you want to join crypto.com. You get some freebies if you use my link. But crypto.com in the United States is probably the only place you can buy pump.fun. And I got you hooked right here on the link. Right there, crypto.com. Get your pump tokens. Get your pump tokens. The only crypto I like are the ones in my portfolio. Isn't it amazing how your mind works, right? It's like you hate things you don't have, but you love things you do. That ownership thing is like, get a little adrenaline going, and you're like, yeah, I own that. Go log on USDC stablecoin. 600x, let's go. Stablecoins are going to pump. Buy the dip on the stablecoins. Exactly. Buy the dip. Pump.fun sounds X-rated. Meme core coin, yes. That's been crazy. Meme core, right? Oh, big sell-off now, though. Look at that, down 32%. Sell-off today. But this thing has been going crazy. I mean, this run here from July 4th to the peak over 1,000%. So you had to buy this thing early July to be on that ride up. But now it's coming down. No, Nelson. No. Not doing that. Stable coins to the moon. Yes. I know. What would you rather have, Ryan? What would you rather have? Spurs in the NBA championship or Doge at $1? What would you rather like to happen? Stablecoin like the dollar store. You're on the Pengu train, Bull Run? Pengu. I mean, last week was Pengu week. Oh, it's going back up, back to 3 cents. Almost there. Nice. That's pretty strong. Unlike that meme core thing. That meme core thing going down. Pengu's like, nope, I'm not going down. I'm going to go back up. That's Bull Run. That looks really strong. That is good. Pengu. I'm not in that one. I'm in this one. In Pump.Fun. In BONK. I got BONK. Do you have any BONK, Bull Run? A lot of us were buying BONK last week. Hey, Metal. Yep. That was quite the day yesterday. It was fun. You'd rather see Spurs winning the championship than Doge going to $1. What's wrong with you, man? As always, Nick, yes, 1 Doge is always equal to 1 Doge. Better to get on the start of a pump than the other side. Every once in a while, though, you get one, right? Every once in a while. Boss man, you got some pump tokens. All right. Buying on the dip. Buying on the dip. It's not moving yet. It's not moving yet. We need more. We need more pumpage. If he bets on the Spurs winning and he makes a lot of money there, then it's probably okay. It's probably okay. Ban him. Ban him. Kraken wouldn't let you buy the pump token. Yeah. Crypto.com is the only place if you're here in the US. Only Crypto.com. What can I say? I love my team. You got a good team coming up this year. Got to admit it. It's going to be a good team. I know. We just looked at Pengu. It's pumping good. When Dogecoin gets integrated on X payments and people come into your chat and ask, should I buy now or wait for the dip? It happens all the time. When's a good time to buy back in on a lower price? What's the lower price? When is it going to dip? All the time. Yeah, I make up answers each time. Oh, yet another one. Noah the Goat. Just scroll back and watch the first 10 minutes of the stream. It all depends on when you buy, Noah. So you probably bought Doge up high and you're hurting because that's what that sounds like to me. So I made more money on Dogecoin than I did Bitcoin. And I show in the first 10 minutes of this video all of the ways Doge outperforms Bitcoin. So there you go. Doge is also the 8th largest cryptocurrency, so it's not dead in the water. I just have to say that too. Anyway, there you go. But welcome. Yeah, look at this, right? Hey, it just hit 3 cents. Pengu. The Pengu if you bought Doge in 2017 and you never sold, then you shouldn't be complaining. So I don't know what your problem is, dude. Pump will now pump. Everyone's grabbing. Yep. That's what should happen. Michael bought some pump. Thought it might be fun along for the ride. After the peak disaster. Exactly. Exactly. I didn't sell my peak, though. I sold the Trump. I kept the peak. You bought some BONK on the last dip, sold after the pump. You're going to buy some MOG as soon as it stops bleeding. Okay, well, good luck. Yep. I wish I would have bought some Dogecoin. That's going to happen when Doge starts acting like one of these other memes, gets back to its true roots of being the meme, and everybody's talking about Doge. It'll happen. But that's when you have to make sure you're in Doge and you have the Doge coins in your wallet. Otherwise, you're buying on the greed candles and you're chasing. And then when it dips, you come on here and you complain that Dogecoin is dead. And I'm like, oh, can't win. Can't win. Right? You see the dilemma, right? Wish I would have bought Doge at $1. Exactly right. Man, if only I'd bought that 99-cent Dogecoin. I had a chance. I had a chance. Let's go. Well, Pengu right now, 3 cents. Back to 3 cents on Pengu. That was a nice, boy, this was a good dip buying opportunity here this morning, huh? Pengu. Obviously, somebody was buying it. Watch the first 10 minutes of the stream here, Noah. Just scroll back and watch. You'll see. Dogecoin has consistently outperformed Bitcoin. The 5 years. Look at the 5 years. Man, here, I can show it again for those that are too lazy to scroll back. We looked at the 5 year, and it was like, boom. Bitcoin. It's just data on the charts. I'm not cherry picking dates or anything. But in 5 years, Bitcoin is up 1,100%. Dogecoin is up 6,200%. They're just numbers. It's just data. Dogecoin outperforming Bitcoin. Now, if you bought Dogecoin up here at 60, 70 cents, or you bought Dogecoin up here at 40, 50 cents, 40 cents, that's on you. I wasn't buying up there. I was selling. I was taking profits. So I can't help you if you bought Doge when it was overbought. The RSI was showing overbought, and it was way too high. So you can't compare that. Dogecoin is more volatile than Bitcoin. That's it. Anyway, Doge with Aave. Let's see. On this one, can we do Aave? Let's see if Aave comes up. Yes, we can do Doge and Aave. Here we go. All right. On the 1 day, Aave is outperforming Doge. On the week, Doge is outperforming Aave. Doge is up 20% on the week. Aave is up, hold it, 12%. So Doge is outperforming Aave on the week. On the month, Doge is outperforming Aave. Doge is up 12%. Aave is up 8% on the month. Let's look at the year. Aave's got a lead on Doge on the year. So a year ago, over the past year, Aave has outperformed Doge. So there you go. Yeah, he can say what he wants to say. If he had bought in 2017, he wouldn't be complaining about Dogecoin, in my opinion. You wouldn't be complaining. I want to know why I can't get pump.fun on TradingView. Oh, here we go. Pump.fun against Tether on Gate.io. So it just started on Gate.io. Like a few hours ago, after the dump. See if I can get another one. Pump.fun. Pump.fun. I'm just looking for the best chart here. Pump.fun on CoinEx. Yeah, there's a big gap here. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Why it just dumped like that. Weird. The charts are weird. This is still too new. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. Pump.fun. Bitmart. It just started trading on Bitmart. Anyway, we'll get better charts to look at tomorrow on that. Yeah. If you had bought $500 of Doge in 2017, you wouldn't be complaining. Trading-wise, Dogecoin has outperformed Bitcoin. But in terms of asset value, Bitcoin is close to all-time highs. Dogecoin not even half to its all-time high. That is all correct, Anthony. Yep. That's how Dogecoin trades. And as Ryan says, and you don't think Doge will continue to do what it does. And, I mean, there's going to be another one of these big runs that are going to come. I mean, look at Bitcoin, slow and steady, right? Slow and steady. And look at Dogecoin, bouncing all over the place, right? That's what Doge does. So The key is you buy it when it's down here and you sell it when it's up there. Right? Winning. That's called winning. People thought that I dumped on everybody. And I'm just like, it's trading, guys. It's investing. It's making money. Buy low, sell high. Now, if you want to be a bank, a corporation, a government, and you want to do the slow and steady thing, then just buy Bitcoin. Don't come here and complain about me that Doge is dead. Just shut your trap and go buy your Bitcoin and be happy. You can do that. You can do that. But if you're complaining here about Doge, that means you bought it when it was up here. That's just the way it is. And some of you have realized that Doge is going to bounce back, and you've bought more on the dip, and you're going to make it back on the way up. So, big giant cup and handle, very bullish. Is that right, Aussie? Look at that. Wee, wee. Uh-huh. Yeah, and stop loss, there's no doubt that there are a small percentage of meme tokens that have outperformed Dogecoin. And so the question is, did you gamble on that meme token when it was down low and made more on Dogecoin on it? Because there's millions of meme tokens versus one Dogecoin. So you're always going to be able to find a handful of meme tokens that have outperformed Doge. There's no doubt. I'm not saying Doge is the best. But what are the chances that you picked that meme out of all the stupid memes that are made, all the rug pulls, all the, right? How do you know which is the one that's going to go? That's what I say is the needle in the haystack thing. You don't know. You don't know. So, right, if you don't know how to trade Doge, then just buy Bitcoin and stop complaining. People want fast, it takes time. I talk about patience. Obviously, people don't have it. They see something like Pengu ripping. No, I should have bought Pengu. Well, yeah, that too. Cherry picking. Is BONK good for long term? Probably not. It's a meme. And we've shown the BONK chart as sort of the typical example of why you don't hold BONK too long, because it does this. And we did this on the stream yesterday. BONK has big runs up, big run up, big run up, right? Decent run up, and now we're in that run up, right? This isn't a long-term hold, because what happens next, right? What's the next thing that happens? Is that, right? You don't want to hold it. You don't want to hold it on the way down, because then you've got these, right? Right? So that's why it's not a long term for BONK. You want to ride it on the wave up, and you want to sell, hopefully as close to the top as you can, because if you hold too long, down it goes. So that is how BONK trades. Up and down, massive swings. So you want to ride this wave up, and at some point in time, we're going to figure out, is it 40? Is it going to go up to 50 or 60? I don't know. But at some point in time on BONK, I'm going to take the profit. I'm not going to ride it all the way back down. I don't know when that is, but look at the BONK chart and you see. Up and down. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But I'm not swing trading it on a daily basis. The bigger view. I'm waiting for that. Hey, David, I can see it now in the next few months, someone coming on here bragging about making bank from those Trump coins you sold. Maybe. Maybe. But if the pump token pumps, I'll be like, that was a good move. That was a good move. When alt season starts, Doge will do 10x while Bitcoin doesn't move. It goes both ways. Exactly. That's how Dogecoin does. It outperforms Bitcoin on the green candles. Bitcoin outperforms Doge on the red candles. So what Anthony says here is true. Right. So what have we had since then? We've had more red months. So Dogecoin dropped more than Bitcoin. I admit it. I say it all the time. But now you're comparing the slow and steady gain of Bitcoin of a Dogecoin that has not yet had its big, huge run since then. So this is a point in time today in July. If we get to November and Doge hasn't pumped, then you can tell me, Anthony, okay? Then you can tell me. When Doge ETF? Probably October. Giamorto. October. Right. None of the memes are good for long term. I mean, even Bull Run knows. Sold that Pepe for a huge profit. You don't keep holding it because it comes all the way back down. Same thing happened with Sheeb. Came all the way back down. Then you have to round trip it. And you got to hold it longer and wait for the next move. When are they going to go back up? When's Pepe going to pump again? When's Sheeb going to pump again? Well, if you had sold the last pump, you wouldn't be worried about it. You'd be done with it. Dopey Gop. I'm one of those that bought high back in December 24, but have been buying since. Now my average buy price is $13.81. That's the way to do it. Miriam, I can't tell you when to sell. You have to decide. 32, 40, 42, 50, 60. I have no idea. We don't know how high it's going to go. I'm not selling my BONK. Bull run. Not selling. I watch Joe Rogan only when there is a guest that I'm interested in. I can't stand him on a day-to-day basis because his lack of knowledge just shows so strong. And I mean, he knows a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff he doesn't know. And I just don't like the way he just sits there and guesses at things. Only when there's a really good guest do I watch him. And usually those shows go for like 2 hours. I don't have 2 hours to sit there and watch Joe Rogan blabbing on and on. I ain't got time for that. Dude, long-term, Bitcoin outperforms every altcoin. If you don't know that, you must be new. All right, do you see this, guys? Long-term, Bitcoin outperforms every altcoin. And yet, I show the data on the 5-year chart and the 10-year chart, which are long-term, I would say, 5-year chart, 10-year chart, and on each of them, Dogecoin, considered to be an altcoin, outperforms Bitcoin. Yes, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin long term. I just showed you the data. You're not watching the data. Bitcoin is up 41,000%. 41,000% in 10 years. I would consider that long term. Dogecoin is up over 100,000% over that same 10 years. That is long term. Oh, so you're going from you're such a fucking idiot. I mean, come on. You're just an idiot. You know, just for that, I'm done with you. You're just such an idiot. I can't deal with that trash. Oh my God. Who bought Bitcoin at zero? Anybody here? Did anybody here buy Bitcoin at zero? God, the stupidity. And I hung on to that guy. Because he said some interesting things, but today he just did it. Oh man. God. The stupidity. Oh man. Exactly, Jeffrey. Nobody truly knows when the top will be. Don't get too greedy. And in addition, Miriam, it's not all or nothing too. Like if you've got a big bag of BONK, it gets up to a certain level. You don't have to sell it all at that level. You could sell half and keep the other half just in case it goes a little higher. And we'll be talking about all those profit-taking strategies again this fall, like we did last fall. Said the same thing last fall. Just we can take slices of profits, right? It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You're still in the token if it goes higher, but you have taken some off the table, booked that profit. And that's what I did with Dogecoin last year. I sold some Doge at 42. And everyone, oh, Kriss sold Doge. I'm just like, I've been saying for a month, start taking some slices, taking some profits, because you don't know how high it's going to go. So, yeah. Yeah. Joe's good at asking questions. I agree with that. But if he's talking to somebody I have no interest, I don't even know who they are. I mean, he goes off on these tangents, on these topics that have nothing to do. I just can't do it. BONK to a penny. Let's go. Yes. Yes, you must hold BONK to a penny. BONK to a penny. Woo. I get the crown. Oh, thank you, Krista. I should get the crown for that. You made $5 on pump? Yes. We're making money. We're making money on the pump token. Yes. $5. Woohoo. Go get a 6-inch Subway for that, right? Get a little 6-inch Subway for your $5. Anthony, working on building up your Doge stash. 100K is a great milestone. Yeah, that guy not only a troll, but he be gone now. He got the boot. How about Pepe? Pepe has not had its next big run yet. So, I mean, Do you want to buy Pepe now? Actually, I have it on my watch list. It's still hanging out. Still hanging out. Sorry, I went out too far. I want to go to the daily. So we had this big run here. And this is when I did my swing trade from 10 to 20. I bought at 10, sold at 20. It went up to 25, and now it's at 12. So do you want to double your money? You buy Pepe. Now, it did dip a little lower, like everything else did, March and April. So we're up from that. This yellow line is the 10 line. That's when it gains a 0, loses a 0. And a week ago, you could have bought it below 10. So up a little bit since then, but now just kind of fading, going sideways while Pengu and other things are ripping, but not Pepe. Maybe it's Solana tokens versus ETH tokens, right? And Annika, this is what we're talking about here, is ETH tokens versus Solana tokens. The ETH tokens haven't had that next pump yet. Like Sheeb and Pepe, those are ETH tokens. But the Solana tokens, like BONK, Pengu, they are pumping. So the ETH tokens will have its day. It's just not today. It's kind of weird how that happens, but that is how I've noticed the trends. So yeah, Pepe on a dip. Bull run. Gonna buy some more Pepe on the dip. Gonna ride it up again for another go. Make more money off the Pepe. Smakey, you got to hang around a little longer before just coming in here the first time and asking what the prediction is. Can't wait to break even Dogecoin at 31 cents. We'll see this fall what we get on a big run. It's tough to be patient and wait, but I kind of think that's what we have for Doge. Within a week after tapping the top, of course, which you don't know when, it can drop 50%. Exactly. Exactly. And again, you don't know. You may think it's on the way up, and when you sell, that could be the top. I know. Remember when you could get a Subway footlong for $5? Now it's a 6-inch, and even then, it's not one of the nice ones. Hey, John, when you sell Doge or BONK, what would be a good coin to convert to? Bitcoin. Because I'm only selling Doge or BONK when I think the bull cycle's over, and then it's going to go into Bitcoin. That's my plan right now. So that if there truly is a bear market in 2026, I'm not holding the memes and the alts. I'll hold Bitcoin. That's my strategy. If Bitcoin keeps going up, if Bitcoin goes down, I mean, it's not going to go down as much as the other alts. We saw that last cycle, big time. But then you say, well, why not just hold like USDC, right, as a stable coin? Maybe. Because then you don't lose any. But we don't know if there's going to be a bear market in 2026. We don't know. So I'm waiting. Oh, you're just doing swing trading now, bull run? Good luck with that. The market makers snipe the degens. Kriss snipes the trolls. You can get a $5 Little Caesars pizza still? I know you can at the store. At the grocery store, you can get some pizzas for $5 on sale. But it's a frozen pizza. You put it in the oven. It tastes like eh. XCN. Yeah, we look at XCN every now and then. That's the Onyx coin, right? XCN. The Onyx coin. Up 15% today. That's a nice little pump this morning. XCN, that's the one you wanted to have in January. I remember that. Remember that? January. Boom. So since then, because we were watching it in January, do this huge pump. Big sell-off to April. Pump, sell-off, pump, sell-off, pump, sell-off. This looks like another pump and then a sell-off. I mean, this is how this thing's going. Will it keep going up? Maybe. But right now, the pattern on this thing is pump, sell-off, pump, sell-off. Yeah, what about ETH? So ETH has been going up, but it's just the memes on ETH. I don't know why, Annika, they don't all just run, but they haven't been. Maybe when ETH gets up to like 4K, back where it was here in the fall. Maybe it's waiting for that. You're waiting for SHIB to rocket again? I sold all my SHIB in January. Done. Booked my profit, and I said, done with you. Done with you. Your team Sol? Yeah, boss man, me too. I went in on the BONK. Don't have any Pepe, and I don't have any SHIB. Does coin holders dilution make sense to you? Yeah, it does, Anthony. And so last week, we looked at the dilution of the circulating supply of Dogecoin, and we compared it with XRP. We compared it with Solana, and we compared it with Algorand. And those three others had way more dilution than Dogecoin over the last 4 years. Again, not cherry picking. I'm just saying those are the 4 we looked at, and all 4 of them had a higher percentage of increasing circulating supply over the past 4 years than Dogecoin. So, and I always talk about XRP diluting its shareholders, and it continues to do it. So let's just print another billion XRP. Okay, print. At least with Dogecoin, you know exactly, right, when it's going to dilute every minute of every hour of every day. But the thing about Dogecoin is those coins aren't flooding the market. They're going to the miners. And the miners are the ones who are verifying all of the transactions on the blockchain, keeping Dogecoin safe and secure. That's what it is. Jeffrey, you think BTC will go back to 75K in the bear market? I don't know. Anthony, it does apply to Doge, but it also applies to many, many other cryptocurrencies. that have been diluting worse than Doge. Again, data. It's just data. People have in their mind, oh, Doge has no cap. It'll dilute forever. It's infinite supply. And it's like, yeah, over infinite amount of time. That's how Doge is made. So why are you even here, Anthony? If you keep complaining about Dogecoin all the time, why are you even here? You complain about peak. I made you buy it. Why are you here? Man, it'd be one, someday, Anthony, it would be really nice if you said some good things about me and what's going on. Because you come in here all the time and you just bitch and complain. It's like, why do you do that to yourself, dude? Why do you do that? And I try to pull out data and I try and show you the facts, and you're just like, no, I'm not going to believe that. Just like that other guy I booted. Man. Anthony, I can't wait to break even with Trump coin. Yeah, and I just decided to forget it. I went with pump. Oh. Can you still get dollar slices in New York City? Dollar slices? I don't know. The cheapest Little Caesars pizza is the cheese at $7. Ugh. That's so bad. $2 at best, maybe. Hey, Demo, how are you? Pepe, I know. I mean, it's kind of going sideways right around 12 right now. Down here, it was up over 13 here early this morning. It's dipping down. So will it dip down to the 11s? It might. I don't know if the market has got another big dip in it tonight or tomorrow morning, or hard to say. Hard to say at the moment. Was thinking just cash out and wait till it drops, but put it into Bitcoin for the bear market. Yeah, because I don't know. With all the governments and banks and institutions and big companies just all buying all this Bitcoin as a reserve currency, is there really going to be a big bear market in Bitcoin? A lot of talk about the super cycle, extended cycle, like all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, 2 days gone. Hey, the magnet worked, right? We got another all-time high, and then it went even higher after we ended the stream. Oh. Thank you, Demo. Appreciate it. Can Dogecoin be transferred from Robinhood to another Robinhood, and how is it taxed? You can transfer from wallet to wallet. So yes, you can transfer from one person's Robinhood to another person's Robinhood, because you go from the wallet Robinhood gives you for the transfer out to the wallet that Robinhood gives the other person to transfer in. So I guess you can do that. And that's just a transfer. And it's not taxed because you didn't sell up to a certain amount. You'll have to, You'd have to ask a crypto tax accountant or tax attorney for the exact amount and rule on how that gets taxed, but I think there's a dollar limit on gifts, and that would be considered a gift. Something like that. So you might have to do a little research on that. But like I give out Dogecoin all the time. Like all that Doge I gave out to all the members, that was all just transferring from one wallet to another. Don't have to pay taxes on it. I didn't sell it. The best thing to do with memes is swing trade, not hold long term. Exactly. Except for Dogecoin. Because over infinite amount of time with infinite number of coins, you will make infinite amount of money with Dogecoin. Oh, I'm in rare form today. Ugh. Just get tired. I just get tired of the same crap these people come in here with. And it's just like, man. Pullbacks. We just had one. There's a pullback today. Abdurrahman, this is a pullback. Now, we are July. We're in the summer. We could have more of a pullback. That could happen. I mean, the market has already changed over the past week from what I anticipated we would have for the summer. Maybe we're going to go back into the summer of chop again. I don't know. I just think with all this Bitcoin buying that, I don't know. Maybe that was just last week and last weekend. And now we're just going to go back to a typical summer. Powell should be fired. Well, I mean, it's the whole Fed, David. It's not just Powell. There's a board, right? There's like 10 or 12 like chair people that are part of the Fed. So it's not Powell, it should be the Fed. The Fed should be fired because they all vote on it. Powell's just the head, but he can't tell the other people what to vote for, and none of them are voting for cuts. I think some are talking about it now for July, but if the board doesn't agree as an overall board, there won't be a rate cut. So and the quantitative tightening that we've been doing, I mean, that means they're not printing a lot of money. So hey, Nigel, yep, only buy what you can afford. So are you supposed to file taxes for the trade you've just done? No, you sum it all up for the year. I keep mine on a spreadsheet and I sum it all up for the year. And then I give a spreadsheet to my accountant that sums it all up. So I offset profits with losses, like that Trump loss I just took. It just offset some of the profits. The profits were big this year. So I'd have to have a lot of losses, a lot of huge losses to end up with no taxes. And it's like, that's not going to happen. Yeah, kind of bearish time. Yes, Akash. Today's kind of a little bearish. Unless you have Pengu or whatever that other one was we were looking at earlier that's up. Why don't they just take the tax out automatically? Yeah, we don't want to do that. Because then what happens when we sell for a loss? You want to offset the profits with the losses. Is the IRS going to give you money if you sell for a loss? Are they going to give you money back? You don't want that. No crypto winter for Bitcoin, ETF, strategic reserves, inflation. That's kind of what I'm thinking, John. I'm thinking after this fall, take all this altcoin money and throw it into Bitcoin. You guys pay taxes? What? What? You said it's a gift, right? Don't pay taxes. Pengu, super pumping. You want me to buy Pengu when it's pumping? No, I'll keep my BONK. 3.1 now. You don't chase the green candles. That's how I trade. I don't chase the green candles. Why is Solana lagging hard? That's good, Algorithm. We don't know. Why is Solana still down here? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, he has to like next May, Oz. Powell's contract goes till May of 2026. Didn't we have a war over taxes? We did. And yet we've let our government totally control us with the whole tax thing. It's pretty sad, actually. And I agree, Bull Run. Doge will surprise a ton of unbelievers this year. Everyone just... The people complaining now either don't have patience or bought too high. So... I don't have any XLM. We watch XLM. We compare it to XRP, and they still trade pretty close to each other, XLM and XRP. Today, XRP is up and XLM is down, though. So today, but that's because XLM kind of outperformed XRP in this run last week. But today, XRP is up and XLM is down. So they typically just follow each other. Is it too late to get into BONK? Doyun? Depends on where you think BONK is going and why would you want to buy BONK. So right now it's kind of chopping around here. If you think it's going to go higher, just look for one of these big red candles that comes down and buy some on the dip. You might not make as much percentage-wise, obviously, if you'd bought down here, but I don't know if it's going to go back down to this level. So we just watch it. You can use Doge to pay for pizza at Williamsburg Pizza in New York City. That is true. Demo, you were saying prior you would die shorts on the way down. I'm not sure what you're asking. Shorts on the way down. Yeah, I'm not sure. Penguins go up so I can sell and buy more Doge. Yeah, you got to... The tax implications, I'm guessing that the IRS knows that most of the tax returns they get in from people who have been dealing with crypto don't know the rules. They're going to give an airdrop on peak as well, Anthony. Users can claim peak tokens in 2 phases. I think long-term, that's good for peak. It gets peak onto Binance. I think that'll be good. Kramer is causing us to dump. Did he say something good about Bitcoin? Oh. Yeah, Sol and ETH won't run like the memes, but the Sol memes run at certain points and ETH memes run at other points for some reason. Yes, Anthony. They only allow you to deduct $3,000 off your loss on your taxes. But if you lose more, you can roll that over to the next year as a loss and compare it against your gains. But in your example here with Trump, I mean, it's not any one singular token or coin. You add them all up throughout the year. And if you lose more than you win throughout the year by more than 3,000, then your overall loss for the year is 3,000. And that's all you can take. If you had some profits and some losses, you add them all together. It's not an individual 3,000 limit. I hope that helps. Yes, you can actually use crypto to buy things. But it's still rare. But it's going to be growing. The adoption will be growing for crypto. Christoph, you're going to go up to New York next week? Yeah, I think it's Lower Manhattan area is where Williamsburg is. You have to look it up. So on the peak, on Binance, users with at least 234 Binance Alpha points can claim the airdrop. Phase 2, users with at least 180 Binance Alpha points. I guess you got to be an alpha on Binance to get the peak airdrops. Oh, I don't short, so I don't know exactly how to do it. But if you think a price has gone up too hard, let's use Pengu as an example. I see what you're asking now. So here's Pengu, right? Going up on a big run, right? And from here, you think the price is going to go down. Instead of just swing trading it, right? Selling it here, hoping to buy it at a lower price. You want to make money on it going down. That's shorting it. That's shorting it. So you open up a short, the price goes down, you make a lot more money on it going down. But when you make a short, there's going to be some level up here, right? That's going to be your liquidation price on your short. Higher than whatever the current price is. That's where your short gets liquidated. So if the price, I mean, you want the price to do this, right? And make money on your short. But if the price instead comes over here and comes up, it can take out your short and you can get liquidated. That's the risk in shorting. High level, just there's a lot more nuances to it and little things you can do, but that's the big picture. That's the basics of it, is that, okay? Somebody's shorting Doge right now. You're still watching Pump, didn't buy yet? You think it'll go lower? I just did it for the fun of it right here on KrissPax Live. I need a soundboard like Kramer. God. Lower East Side. You sold your peak, too boring. Yeah. I'm holding until all of the exchanges start trading it and see if it runs or not. I know most memes are now multi-chain, but they're still based on their original Solana or ETH. Remember this when the alts run 30 to 60 days max. All right, Tricks, we'll remember this. No, you cannot transfer from one crypto to another. And it's always a taxable event when you transfer from one crypto to another. Always a taxable event. Yeah. I wouldn't short Pengu right now. You're asking to get liquidated. I was just using it as an example because we knew it was running right now. So I thought it was a pretty good example. That's basically how shorting works. High level. Yeah, we don't want to leverage trade. 40x leverage. Let's go. They always make a good run once they hit the exchange. We've seen that a lot. That's when I first bought BONK, was when it got listed on Coinbase, and I like doubled in a day. Took that profit, booked it. Then I bought BONK back into BONK on a lower price. XRP hit $3 overnight. It's trying to get back there. But it did hit it. Early this morning, it was over $3. Yep, I'm always here, Blake. I was here through the whole bear market. I was here. Doing my thing. I remember. Yes, Bull Run. Next year, I am going to do my first short. Next year. I will try it out. I'm not doing it now. But yes, I do remember. When XRP $100. Yeah, let's go. Go ask Daryl. Go ask Daryl. Because he's the one who says it. XRP to $100. I'm just like, man, Daryl. Drinking pinky up type of rich, Nigel. No, Pengu was built on Solana. Isn't that a pump.fun? I think Pengu is a pump.fun token. Built on Solana. I may be wrong, but that's my guess. CoinMarketCap is like not responding here. Up, pump.fun's going up. Look at it go. It's going up. I bought the dip, guys. Woohoo! Kriss got the dip. Woohoo! Look at it coming up. Making money. Making money. Pengu. It used to say over here. They updated this. Yeah, Solana ecosystem. It says it right here. It says Solana ecosystem. Yeah, this was a pump.fun thing. $62 billion circulating supply, 88 billion total. Not all the Pengu tokens are circulating yet. Dilution. Oh no. You can't buy Pengu tokens. They're going to dilute it and add $20 billion more Pengu tokens. Sorry, I had to. I just had to do that. I feel like Pengu ran because earlier this year it lost 80% of its value. Yeah, it was up here at 4 cents in January. It dipped down to 0.004. But that doesn't mean everything that did that would come back like this. So no, Monica, a transfer. You can transfer from wallet to wallet, but you can't swap to a different coin. That's a taxable event. Or swapping to a stable coin. That's the same as a sale. You're thinking Bitcoin 160 max? Trust me, bro. My estimate was 200. And I made that over a year ago, 200K Bitcoin. I'm still standing by that. Elon should go on a buying binge. Just buy all the Doge. You're going to sell Tron in 20 years when it hits $1. Tron to $1. It's 30 cents now. I get it. You're joking. Like it'll never get there. What's the highest it's ever been? Tron. Well, that is the highest it's ever been right here. 42 cents. In December, it hit 42 cents. You pay tax. Depending on what country you live in, you have to follow the tax laws. Buying and selling crypto. Doesn't matter what exchange you use. Pengu the next Doge. Can't be. Dogecoin is the only meme that's a proof of work cryptocurrency that has its own blockchain. Pengu doesn't have that. I don't like the kind of tokens where the blockchain owners can release more whenever they want. That is true, Oz, but you can still make money on them. Like all the people making money on Pengu right now. You can still make money. Sometimes it's put in a treasury. Yes, Jeffrey. But typically when it's put in a treasury, that goes into the circulating supply amount. And it's not able to be released. That's typically what I think it is. I know. Pump token is pumping. We bought the dip, guys. Yeah, so all of that crypto that I sold, in the back of my mind, I was keeping tabs on like how much tax I'm going to be paying on all this, on all that profit. Yep. Hey, Donnie, welcome back. Yeah, I'm about to end the stream, but glad you checked back in. I'm not touching the new coins. This one it just had a big dip, and I just felt like The pump token has not had a huge rip yet. And this could be one that just takes off. So why not have some? That is not true, Jeffrey. That is not true. If in 2024 you sold a bunch of Dogecoin and you made, let's say, $100,000 of profit, right? But you kept all the cash sitting there in your Robinhood Gold account as buying power. You didn't withdraw it to your bank account. Robinhood will still send you a 1099 form of that $100,000 profit for calendar year 2024. So you would be due to owe and pay those taxes by April 2025. It has nothing to do with when you withdraw it from the bank account. The taxable event is when you sell. All right? Every December, I have an epic crypto tax live stream. I've done it 2 years in a row. This December will be my third consecutive year of the epic crypto tax live stream. And I will do it again in December. And you're going to ask, well, Kriss, why don't you do it in April when taxes are due? No, I do it in December so that you still have time in the calendar year to make some decisions on whether you're going to sell anything or not. That's why. That's for U.S. customers, Jeffrey. That's a U.S. rule. I can't imagine other countries would be different than that. If they have a tax on crypto profits, it happens in the year you sell, not when you withdraw to a bank. Unless we all don't pay our taxes. Hey, I'm just saying, I'm following all the rules. I don't want to be looking over my shoulder for the tax guy coming after me, you know? I don't want that. So, all right, gang. Hey, been a good live stream. I know we're down a little bit, but it's not too bad. It really isn't too bad. It's less than 1% for Doge for today. Less than 1% down. That's not a big pullback. That's little. So we'll be back tomorrow. Is Bitcoin going to be back over 120? Probably. I'll be watching that. Meanwhile, Doge, doing great. I hope everyone has a great evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.